And if at any point, sir, you want to stop and start the answer over again or
Okay.
whatever you want, feel free
Okay.
to.
Sir, can I get your rank, first name, last name?
Colonel Michael Garilao Logico,
Can you
Philippine
spell,
Army.
Can you spell that out for me, please?
Michael, Michael. Okay. Middle initial G, Logico, Logico.
Awesome. Your billet?
I'm the director of the Joint and Combined Training Center. I'm also the executive agent for Balikatan 2022.
Unit?
The Joint and Combined Training Center, AFP Education Training and Doctrine Command.
Okay, got it. And hometown?
I'm from Manila.
Okay, awesome. All right, sir. First question. What is Balikatan? What is the purpose of this exercise?
Balikatan is one of the lines of effort of the Mutual Defense Board, the Security Engagement Board. So it's an annual joint training activity, or should I say it's an annual combined training activity between the Republic of the Philippines and the United States. So every year we do this. We conduct three types of activities: the staff exercise, or sometimes a staffex with a command post exercise. We do field training exercises that we actually call joint interoperability events, and combined interoperability events for service-to-service exercises. We also have a CMO component in Balikatan, which is the humanitarian civic assistance activities. Yeah.
What was your role in this exercise?
I am the executive agent of Balikatan 2022. I act as the chief of staff of the Exercise Directorate headquarters. So I'm basically the lead planner for the entire exercise.
How has operating in this environment prepared you or your troops for future operations?
Well, this is a very substantial learning opportunity for the AFP. It is a way for us to, an opportunity for us to train with the United States Armed Forces at the operational and also at the tactical level. Want me to expound on that?
Yes, can you please expand on it a little bit?
Yeah, okay. So I would like to compare Balikatan as if it was an athlete training for the Olympics. Technically, you can train by yourself. You can hire the best coaches, or you could watch the latest videos. But if you train by yourself, you are not going to be world-class caliber. You're not going to win any medals in the Olympics, much more to qualify. So at some point in an athlete's training progression, he or she has to train with another world-class partner. Somebody who could check for bad habits, somebody who could motivate and pace the progression of training. And this is actually what Balikatan provides the AFP an opportunity to do, to get an opportunity to train with another armed forces, where we could actually compare our doctrines with the other countries' doctrines. And it is not a one-way exchange, because we also have a lot to offer other types of TTPs that we can offer our training partners. So Balikatan is a sort of a give and take activity. So not only do we benefit from it, the United States Armed Forces also benefits from the activity.
How does Balikatan improve the collective capabilities of the AFP and the U.S. forces to plan and respond to crises?
Yes, so we have the activity known as the staff exercise and also the command post exercise. So it's basically a planning activity where at the operational level we could respond to a crisis. The staff X gives the AFP battle staff planners an opportunity to respond to a given crisis through staff planning. Okay. So that is at the operational level. At the tactical level, it will also give units at the battalion down an opportunity to train with their US counterparts. And by training together, it will also help their own capability in how to respond to a given crisis.
How does Balikatan specifically improve the readiness and interoperability of our forces, the AFP in the United States?
Yes, when we train together, we do everything starting from the planning of the exercise. So in the conceptualizing of the exercise concept, all through the initial planning conferences and the final planning conferences, we plan this together. So both our training objectives and the US training objectives have to be laid out, and we have to do it in such a way that the exercise will meet all our training objectives at the same time. So even during the planning conferences, we see to it that both the training needs of the Philippines and the training needs of the United States are fully met.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you mind if I grab your badge off of you? Real quick. It's showing just a little bit, so I'll just
Okay,
hold
sorry.
it for you.
Does it show?
No, it's been up.
It's been
Okay,
badged, yeah.
thank you.
I was thinking to zoom in anyway. And
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
to cover up.
All right, sir. Can you explain the importance of fostering, of the United States fostering relationships with the Filipino community and the military?
Yeah, that is done through the humanitarian and civic assistance component of Balikatan. So why is it important? Well, the conduct of an exercise will almost always disrupt the daily function of civilians in that area. So we do this as a sort of a trade-off, and these HCA activities are actually recommended by the local government units themselves, and they were endorsed by the AFP before they could be approved for execution during the planning cycle of the activity. So when these locations are recommended and nominated, they have the blessing of the local chief executives, the mayors and the governors. So the people themselves, they welcome the HA activities with open arms. They are needed because the choices, the locations that were recommended were actually from the geographically isolated and depressed areas, wherein by our own efforts, it might not be enough to reach out to them, but through Balikatan, it is substantial, because now when you see those school buildings being constructed and being used by the children, they will immediately remember that this was through the effort of Balikatan.
Can you explain why it's important? Why must the joint force stand shoulder to shoulder with our allies and partners in the region?
The Philippines and the United States have a shared history. So we've been friends for a very long time. When we do Balikatan, it is not as if we are meeting for the first time. So it's like you are meeting a friend that you've known for a long time. So this is how we see Balikatan. It's a force multiplier. There are things that you can do alone, but the act of doing it together by itself makes you more effective. It's like I said, it's a force multiplier. And it only goes to show that by working together, we will achieve more results and we will have more success.
is the U.S. support of the Philippines tied to the civilian population and our shared goals in the region?
The U.S. support.
Our support of the Philippines when it comes to the civilian population?
Oh yeah, through HCA. So that is, yeah, through the HCA component of Balikatan. That means that the activity itself is reaching out to the civilian population so that if there's any disruption with the daily way of life for the civilians during the conduct of exercises, then we are doing this to show them that we understand and then we are also looking after their needs.
Awesome. Sir, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Okay, so I guess this is my fourth Balikatan, and actually I'm good for one more Balikatan. Yeah, it is. This is the only type of activity wherein you will actually see our soldiers looking forward to it, wherein they express the eagerness to work with a training partner, and they express the interest in learning so much from the activity. There was one company commander who messaged me privately immediately after the CalFEX exercise, and he expressed his gratitude on being one of the few officers who were chosen to participate in this exercise. And he expressed to me how much he has learned from the exercise itself, and how it has also resonated down to the platoon members, and also from their enlisted and junior officers. So you can see that when there is an opportunity for you to learn, you take it, and there is always a positive feeling that comes after it. Besides that, there's also the personal dimension after every exercise, wherein you can actually meet new friends, expand your contact, and then also at the same time you're also expanding your worldview. The Philippines and the United States have a shared history, and there is also a shared future for both of us through the conduct of Balikatan.
That was great.
No,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.